So, what about today? Today, I can talk a little bit first about Manuel's PIAGGIO twin. We can go here, turn on the light. And I finished electronics, I finished fuel tank. It isn't pretty, but it is for a purpose to have it this far front to reduce the amount of wheelies. And I installed Micron right there, and I also installed, solenoids right there and there to control the primary power jet during launch control. And yeah, that's about it about that. I'm waiting for, these are the cylinders, and we got the pistons. I'm waiting for new clips, as I didn't like those. I don't want, I can maybe show you what I don't like. No, not that one. I don't know where I put them. Yes, these ones. I do not like these ones. I want no tanks on them. So when those are arriving, I'll put the engine together. And we also bought new spark plugs and caps. Those ones, the same as Aprilia RSA are using, because due to two reasons. Maybe some more power is one, and the secondary is when we added these 5mm spacers, because we're having 5mm longer rods. The spark plug cap is very close to this part of the frame. I could, of course, build another bend, but an easy but expensive mod is to just change the spark plugs. I also cut away some more material here, right here, to allow more. This isn't torqued down, because you can see the CVTs are on the floor. And I have just to allow more. It was almost touching this, and now we can react a little bit more in the launch. And as you can see here, I also, the secondary power jets, those are adjustable. There are maybe possibilities to put the jet inside here, but I haven't gotten it, so I made this just as adjustable as the primary one. And you can see the short one and the long one. And I can talk a little bit about that also. The long one is when having full throttle or above full throttle, no, above half throttle. Those are starting to be activated, and when engine, the pipes are pulling air and the engine RPM increases, you got need for more fuel, methanol, when the full the pipes are in full effect, so to speak, and thereby the secondary one is a little bit shorter, and thereby you always got the most airspeed in the center, and the more air it consumes, the more speed increases towards the edges, or in the, what do you call it, the surface, or where the boundary surface is, or on the diameter of the carb. The more airspeed you get, and thereby it activates this one also. But not having it adjustable was just drenching it with fuel. So that's about that. We'll go further into the garage. I'll shut down the light there. And where am I? I'm at the starting of tuning it for methanol cows. I have the swing arm is right there, and it is just chaos right now, because I'm all over the place. I fixed some small needle pins, needle leakages in the pipes. Too high. And holiday in Sweden. No, yesterday was a holiday. Today I got vacation. So, where am I? I'm in my garage, of course. But I've been reinforcing the swing arm a little bit more. Made some modifications to the chain tensioner system to get it more like a beam. I can show you maybe later, taking a picture and put it in. I have welded up some small leakages I found in the pipes, and I've increased the stinger diameter from, I had it is 24.5 inside, and then I got this small venturi that I just tacked in place. The venturi was for using either petrol or E85, but now when I'm running methanol, I need to enlarge again. The venturi I had was 22 millimeters, and now I'm back to 24.5. I hope that's enough, otherwise I'll need to modify the pipes. But my knees are hurting. However, I have it has occurred some small issue with methanol tuning. It runs, yes, no problem. But when I'm revving it without gear, it smacks the RPM limit, 13,500 RPM, quite instant. That's perfect. I haven't loaded it up on the roller yet, for obvious reasons. But afterwards, the engine is coasting down in RPM. I got this insane lean spot, so it stays up in the RPM even though I close the throttle, and there might be no power, so it doesn't pull, but I don't want it like that. When I release the throttle and having no gear in, it should coast down to idle immediately. And let's say it does pull. That might be a scary situation for the driver, because let's say something happens, he needs to release the throttle to maintain control, and the bike still pulls. That's not good. So I need to fix that, and I've done some, I can show you now guys, I've done some modification to this, and let's see, maybe I need to hook it up all the way. Power, so it doesn't shut down on us. And max ECU. There, now we're aligned. I need something to sit on. That will do. An oil can. I tried to show you first right here in tuning, fuel table. It stays on idle right down here, and pulling, bam, it rises up, of course, and then it when it coasts down to idle, I have more fuel. Let's say 13,500 zero throttle, and it travels down right here. I have more fuel than on idle, and it's still, with the throttle bodies closed, it's still it just sings on really high RPMs. I don't want that. So I made this adjustment to the ignition. Ignition acceleration correction, and minus 20. I thought I set more, but however I can set it to more. Let's say minus 35. Oops, minus 35. Oh yes, that's why. -20 was max. Yeah. And now I'll pull the throttle. You can see this move. I have no correction. This is full throttle, and then it goes down because there are no acceleration TPS rate. So when accelerating, I do not change the timing curve set into the ECU. But let's say now I'm at full throttle and I'm driving around or making a hit on the quarter mile, no, 8 mile, and releasing the throttle fast. You can see it drops down, and I can change the sustain rate on this hold time. This is 50 events. I think that is 50 engine cycles. I can set it to more. And decay rate, I haven't understood that. It might be pulling 1 degree per engine RPM. So let's say I'm saying it to pull 10 degrees per engine event. So 2 turns will lower it to -20 degrees. I can't show you this by having the engine stand still. But that will make the engine to not produce any power when this occurs. And it probably will pull it down to idle also. So that's where I'm at with that. So I have a clip. I'll cut that in. I've lathed the cylinder, what's the name, ducts where the pipes are attached. Not on the actual cylinder, but the spigot, I don't know. I will lathe the taper inside. I'll try that. I'm going all in right now. So that's where I'm at, and I'll mount this and assemble that, and put on the pipes again, and then I'll start assemble the rear swing arm. I don't know if I'm quite done with that yet, but I can test start it with as soon as I've assembled the pipes again. So I'll leave the camera running so you can watch that. I might set it on high speed so it doesn't become boring. Yeah, we'll hit that and go full throttle on that. I'll pull the camera away some. Where are we now? Yes, I lathed a taper inside here. So that it is from the cylinder diameter. There are some cutouts for the auxiliary exhaust, and then tapered out to almost 0. Now it went in smoothly. Such a small detail makes such a hassle. So, there we are. I need to put on the springs, of course. I said I would not forget it, and I did it. I remembered it. Lens is on again. This is tight. This bike is very hard to service and doing things too. It's so tight. Maybe it's my hands that are too big, I don't know. And I can't see. Oh, there it is. Of course. There. Now we should see if I can get this spring on. Put it in a perfect position with the hook on. Up there. Now let's. Yeah. That's one. And this one is harder. Even though it's closer, it's harder. Because there are the fan, no, not the fan, the cooler is deeper on this side going closer to the pipe. Maybe put it in the upper is easier. Maybe, I said. This is the hard part. But I think I got it in a good position. The hook is on. I need my pliers. Right there, it's on. Maybe I learned the technique. I was fighting this earlier, like a couple of days ago. So, we are at a good position for a startup. But I'll check. I'll change the battery. Open the door. See, battery voltage. Yes, almost 20. That's good. And then squirt some brake again into the. I need some air protection. Sounds like a bitch. I almost forgot. I need to start to build a fuel tank for it also. There. And it should start.